Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Janoy and I'm here with one more session of Market Outlook. If you're new to the channel, guys, Market Outlook is our session that comes in every Saturday where we come in, look at the overall market, the Nasdaq, the S&P 500, the ES futures, and we use technical analysis as well as our experience to analyze the chart and make a projection that will enable us to get a solid game plan together for the week ahead. All right, so this is our session, and this week we're going to do something a little bit different. We're here in the Christmas season. I hope you're having a very festive season with your family as we close out 2020, the year that has been nothing but tribulation. We're really hoping that 2021 will be something that is less crazy, to say the least. All right, so at the end of the show today, I'm going to be talking about what are some things that you should be doing as a trader to close out 2020. All right, we're going to talk about tax selling, we're going to talk about rebalancing your portfolio, and we're going to talk about taking some profit. We're also going to talk about goals for 2021, and then we're going to talk about self-review. All right, so stay tuned till the end of the show so that you can hear what are my thoughts on some of these pointers right here. All right, let's jump on into the charts and take a look and see what we're pretty much seeing happening in the overall market right now, and where we're pretty much expecting this market to go from here. Though we're doing a projection, this is the last week. So, guys, if you're pretty much trading, I'll say try to be a little bit cautious, because here in the last week, we just, also saw that the stimulus that was supposed to be signed by Trump, now he want to counter that stimulus agreement by, asking for an increase of $2,000, which, to be honest, $2,000 is a pretty fair amount. I don't think that is too great to ask for citizens that work hard all year and pay money in taxes. The least the government can do is come through and help out these struggling folks with the $2,000 payment. So I don't know if it's gonna get approved. All I know is that it's drawing out the political process, and that does cause uncertainty for the markets. And if you know anything about the market doesn't like any form of uncertainty. Whenever things start to not be very clear, the market tends to be volatile. As we can see, looking at the Nasdaq, I have the Nasdaq futures up right now. On that day when Trump said he's not going to sign it, you can see the market push down a little bit, but again it pushed down into the 20 EMA, and buyers came in and was happy to buy that thing up. All right, if we look at it, we see every time price gets around to the 20, we've been getting bought back up. So every time we get to the 20, boom, nice run. 20, boom, nice run. Came down to the 20 here, and price got bought back up, pulled back again to the 10. Well, what I'm looking for in tech right now is I'm looking to see, can this market break out of this resistance level here? So this pullback here is looking pretty good. As long as we can bounce and break above this level, that will actually take the market higher into this coming week as far as tech goes. If the market cannot sustain the 10 EMA, then I'm looking for it to break back down back to the 20, and potentially back down to this horizontal level right here. And from there, again, we're just projecting and looking to see the market bounce out of this level and continue to go higher. There is nothing per se other than the whole stimulus situation that I'm seeing will take this market all the way back down, back down here to the trend line. I'm not seeing that right this second. So as of now, we just have to look for this opportunity when price pull back to the 20 EMA and the 10 EMA, and when we get a bounce, we can take it long and push this thing higher. All right, that's what I'm looking for as of now. Whenever we start to see where this market come up, make a high, pull back, run up, and then fail to make a higher high, and start a pullback, then at that point we have to start be careful, because that is the first lower high up inside this corner up here where the market is pushing higher, and that is a sign that we will be looking to go lower, at least into the short term. But right now, this is a nice pullback. I'm looking to see if we can bounce again out of here, and then from there I'm projecting that the tech sector will continue to go higher. We also got the vaccine. Moderna vaccine is being distributed very nicely right now. We have Pfizer is being distributed very nicely, and there is also a third player that their vaccine should be out sometime soon. So that does subside a little bit of what, the concern about COVID, though, we still have to wait again and see how does this vaccine, take control of the overall situation. If it doesn't, guys, this is not going to be good for the market. But as of now, this is good. We're just going to deal with the situation as it comes. All right, so let's move on over and look at tech on the hourly. Guys, if we look on the chart on the hourly, we can see pretty much the same thing. We had a resistance here, price pulled back, held the support, right? Then we bounced, came back up, new resistance, and then we pulled back into the 200 SMA, bounce again, and here we're pulling back in a small triangular pattern. As I said, if we're able to break out of this, then we look for price to pull back up to 12,783, and then at that point, if the market can break, make a new high, we look for this thing to pull back and continue to move higher. For now, we don't see anything that's gonna pretty much just derail this entire market and send it lower. All right, so let's jump on over to the ES, see what we're seeing on the ES. Again, ES, we break out high, pull back, and the market continues to pull back into the EMAs, which typically whenever the market is trending healthy, you will find that the market is going to use the EMAs as support. So every time price pull back to the EMAs, we're anticipating, or typically price will hold those areas as support, and then we will get these nice bounce, and the market will continue to go higher. Right now, we have pulled back to the 20, right? We started to bounce a little bit on the ES. What's going to be interesting, does the market come back up to this level and we just get a double top, and from there the market start to pull down and we come back down somewhere inside this zone? That's what I'm watching for right now. But again, I won't be really doing too much trading because this is the last week, and I'll tell you why when we move over to those pointers right there. Right, so let's look at the ES in a hourly time frame. See, how does this thing look on an hourly? All right, so zooming in on the hourly time frame, guys, we see that this level right here is the pretty much low risk level to pick up the ES, because it's finding support right down on this level. That means that price is just pretty much moving on a horizontal basis right now, right? So right inside this level is even more well defined. All right, right now this is what the market is doing. So I'm looking to see, can this thing break out of this smaller channel within the channel, come back up to 3,705, which is going to be the resistance level. If we break above that level, then the market push back up to 3,723, and if we're able to break that level, which this is the level that I said that potentially the market can double top out, and then we start pulling back down somewhat. It doesn't matter too much because this week we're gonna go back over to these pointers. This week is the closing week for 2020. That means if you didn't hit your goal for 2020 already, you cannot chase it at this point. At this point, you have to not throw the towel in, but you have to pretty much start planning ahead for 2021. All right, you have to start looking at, you have to start doing your self review. So if you didn't hit your goals in 2020, you have to look at yourself. What did I do in 2020? What worked and what didn't work? All right, and that's how you will start to gauge, how you should approach 2021 in terms of your trading system, because you're going to analyze yourself, look at everything that you did throughout the entire year of 2020, and then you're going to make a list of notes of everything that worked. What pattern did you trade confidently? What pattern were you able to highlight, pinpoint, and take a low risk entry on before the stock was able to make that big move that gave you profit? Which ones fit your personality best that you should be looking at, focusing on when you get into 2021? All right, so that's the first thing you should be doing your self review to come up or help setting better goals for 2021. All right, not trying to chase more gains in the very last week of 2020, trying to be a hero and potentially blowing up your account. All right, the next thing I want to talk about, guys, if you have some stock that have been doing pretty good, they've yield 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, or even 100% return, this is the time of the year that you want to take some of that profit. You don't have to close the entire position out completely, but at least cut the profits out of those positions. All right, this is how big traders does it. If you have a stock that doubled, okay, you take all the profit off the table, or you can take the principal off the table and only leave the profits in that position. So what you're ultimately doing is you are no longer risking your money, but you are using the profits that you have made from that specific position to stay invested in that position while you look for another position to reinvest your capital in, so that your capital can go back to work. All right, another thing is rebalancing. What is rebalancing? Well, this is where it comes back down a little bit to taking profit. But if you have one position or two positions that have grown to over 70% of your overall portfolio, this is where you start to cut back, take some of the profits, and start looking for new stocks that you want to invest in, so that you don't have a one portfolio that is 100% invested in one stock or two stock or even five stock. All right, you want to make sure that you're not overweight in any one sector, any one stock, any one index. In the event that we get a 30% drop for no reason, no one knows the future, no one knows what's going to happen, but that will pretty much offset some of the risk and keep you safe and sound, not too much stress on your head. Next, the last thing we're going to talk about that typically happens right around this time of the year, guys, this is the time to do your tax selling. What does that mean? It means that typically if you haven't made any money, right, this is one way you can do it. If you have some positions that you're currently holding that are not profitable, or multiple positions that are not profitable, you can actually sell those positions and use them as a depreciation on your tax return. Depending on how much it is, you can write off up to $3,000 in 1 year of loss. So if you lost $12,000, you have 4 years to continuously depreciate that $3,000 loss on your tax return. Now, if come 2021 you made $20,000, then you can actually write off the additional $9,000 against your $20,000, and then you'll be you only have to pay taxes on $11,000 of your actual gain in 2021. All right. Now there's another way you can do your tax selling. If you have made $50,000 in profit this year and you're currently holding two stocks that you're down $5,000 each, you can actually sell both of those stocks straight into the end of the year here, and now you can minus that loss of $10,000 from your $50,000, leaving you net positive $40,000. So you will only have to pay taxes on $40,000. All right, that's the second way you can do your tax selling. Now, how does tax selling affects the overall market, guys? If a lot of bigger companies are going to be rebalancing, they're going to be taking profits, they're going to be doing their tax selling here in the last week, those that have not already done it. So this is a area that you just want to be cautious, all right? And yeah, just be cautious. So don't be a hero. Don't try to go out and do what you weren't able to do or able to accomplish in the entire year in the last week and hurt yourself. Apart from that, guys, we look forward to a prosperous 2021. We've definitely learned a lot here in 2020. We will be doing our own self-analysis and self-evaluation to, one, make better decisions, two, trade better, and three, make better profits come here in 2020. Guys, I hope that you found some value inside this video, and if you did, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so that when our next video comes out, you'll definitely be the first to get notified. If you know someone that can use the value from this video, go ahead and share it with them, and I look forward to seeing you down there in the comment section as well as in our next video. Thank you for watching. Have a great, prosperous 2020 as we head into the year.